guys, welcome back. Okay, so first I'm going to prime my face. We all know how important it is to prime, fill in those pores, smooth out fine lines and wrinkles, and makes your foundation go on in a nice smooth surface. Okay, so let's start with these brows. Y'all, you already know I don't really have a lot of brows. So this is probably the longest portion of my video, is taking me to get my brows to look absolutely perfect. So I take a flat brush that has an angled side on one end, and I dip it into the wax of the palette, and then I dip it into the darker color, and that's what I use to outline, because my brows are really dark and I need a really dark outline as well to make it look like it's not really powder, although we all know it is. I mean, check it out though. Check out my brow, guys. I get really excited when I do my brows. I'm not even kidding. I've been trying to get them to grow in for so long, and it's just not happening. So for me to be able to learn how to do my brows, and trust me, I didn't always know how to do them, I have come such a long way, and this brow palette is amazing. If you guys know of any other brow products that will work amazing on like really dark brows, please drop it in the comments. I'm always looking for new products to use, and new techniques and all that good stuff. So here we are, just filling them in. Guys, this brow that I'm doing right now, this is my trouble brow. We all have a trouble sign, right? Like one side of your eyelashes always look better, one side of your face always look better, and they tell you, you know, remember that your brows are sisters, not twins. And I have a really hard time doing that. Like, I always want them to look absolutely perfect. It's such a flaw of mine, I can't help it. So here you'll see me keep going back and filling in spots that I see that I missed, because you know, it looks different in the mirror than it does in the camera. And so when I look in the camera and I see spots that I missed, I go back and fill them in. I'm going to use some Skin Perfecting Touch Concealer. This is a full coverage concealer, so I love using this to clean up my brows. And I just outline them and clean up any mess that I've made, or you know, create the shape that you want to do. And then you're just gonna blend that concealer out and continue just to reshape it how you want it to be. Now I'm going to take my docolor concealer brush, and I'm just going to blend out that concealer so it doesn't look so blotchy, I guess. And now I'm going to do the other eye. Guys, doing your brows is not as hard as it may seem. Like, I'm telling you, it's oh, I just can't. I've come a long way. I'm gonna show you guys a picture. Okay, so now I'm gonna clean up the inside, and then I'll go in after I put concealer in the middle, and I'll use a spoolie to soften out the edges to give it that kind of gradient effect. And now I'm gonna go back in and fill in any gaps that I missed, or if I took too much away from a certain area, I'll go in and add to that as well. Bam! Look at them brows in your face, guys. Okay, so now I'm going to add concealer onto my eyelids. I literally hate eye primer. I don't like the way it looks. I mean, I don't like the way it feels, I guess. So I use concealer. It brightens up my eyelids and creates a nice surface for me to put my eyeshadow on. So I know you guys have all seen the tape trick. I absolutely love using tape, especially when I'm doing more precise looks and I want it to look really sharp and clean. Tape is the way to go. Okay, so I'm going to go in with this dark brown color. Apply this all in your crease. And you guys, when you're applying eyeshadows, you always want to start with a little bit of eyeshadow first and build it up. It's always easier to add than it is to take away. So a lot of the times you're going to find yourself adding and blending until you get it exactly how you want. So now that I've added the dark color to my crease, I'm going to blend it out with a more firm blending brush, and I'm going to blend that out with a lighter brown color so it kind of looks gradient. And then once I've blended it out with that lighter brown, I'm going to take like a really light nude color and blend that lighter brown out up into under my brow, so it just looks seamless. And I'm going to do that to both sides. Just keep blending, just keep blending, just keep blending, blending, blending. Okay, so now I'm gonna add some more darker color to my crease because, as you know, when you blend, you kind of take some product away, so then you gotta add more. Okay, so now I'm gonna take the concealer again and I'm gonna cut out the shape of my eye. It's not gonna be in a full moon, just like I guess 3/4 of a moon. I'm gonna leave that end kind of open and just blend it out and drag it to the side. Do it to both sides. Okay, I think the hardest part about doing cut creases is trying to make sure that both sides look the same. Like, my right eye always looks so perfect, and then when I go over and do the left eye, it's like more of a rounded shape, and it drives me freaking nuts, guys. So if you see me keep going over and over and over it again, I am trying to get the shape in that front corner to look the same on both eyes. Okay, so I'm gonna use the Beauty Creations Elsa palette, and I'm gonna go with that dark green color that I just pointed at, and I'm going to put that on the inner and outer corners of my eye. This color is so gorgeous. It is like the perfect hunter green I have ever seen. It is so pigmented and it's like velvety smooth, guys. I got this Elsa palette off of it's called hip.com, hipdot.com. I got this palette for like 20 bucks. I'm not even kidding. It was super cheap, and I was not expecting it to be as pigmented as it is, but it's so pigmented, and it comes with mattes and shimmery colors, so I absolutely love it. Right now I am applying a green shimmer color. As you can see, I'm not putting it all the way up to the top where I cut that crease, so I'm applying a different color shimmer right there, and there's the green that I use. So I always apply it with my finger because I feel like it's easier to blend when you use the shimmery colors. And then I'm just going to kind of use the leftover green that's on this brush and like blend them together so they don't look so blotchy. You keep seeing me add. You keep adding until you get to the desired color you want. And now I am using a flat brush, and I am putting a little bit of gold on that empty space that was up at the top. And I'm just going to kind of blend that down into the green color. Okay, so I'm going to go back in with the brown and a really tiny detailed brush, and I'm going to outline that area that I cut out because I really want that look to be defined. So I go in and outline it with a really small brush so I know that I'm not like getting it in my other eyeshadow. And then I'm going to take that crease brush I used with that dark brown and blend it out, and it's going to help to make it like that green and that gold color really stand out the darker the brown is around it. And of course, when you add more, you gotta blend it out more. So go ahead with the same process of blending out with the lighter brown and then blending out with that nude. My lighting is always messing up on me sometimes. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so I'm taking the concealer and that same brush, and I'm cutting out my liner because we're gonna be doing a black glitter liner today. So I'm cutting out where I want that glitter to be with a small concealer brush and the concealer. Keeping the tape on when you do this is like makes it so much easier, because when you rip that tape off, everything is going to be in one nice, smooth, crisp, and clean line right there. It's just going to look so perfect. And there it is. Check that out. Look at those crisp lines, guys. Fix any mistakes that you made right now before the concealer dries. And I'm going to use some Loreal setting powder. I got this powder at Walmart. I think it was like 10 bucks. It smells amazing, and I absolutely love it. Like, my makeup never goes anywhere. I'm just going to add a little bit of that onto the concealer. Now I'm going to use some e.l.f. glitter glue. I got this off Amazon for like $2. I'm not even kidding. Like, Amazon has some amazing stuff. So what I do here is I apply a little bit of glue. Like, I don't apply glue to the entire area that I'm going to be doing it because I don't want it to dry. This is like really detailed right here. So I'm using that really small detail brush. I apply glue with a small brush and then put a tiny amount of glitter at a time on this brush just to get to the glue, because you are using loose glitter and you're gonna get fallout. So you don't want that fallout to fall out in your freaking eyes. Like, that's a no-no. Like, that shit hurts, okay? So you don't want to do that. So you make sure that you're putting just a little bit of glitter on that brush at a time to ensure that it's actually sticking to the glue and that nothing is falling out in your face. Again, we're just going to do the side, apply a little glue at a time, and then go in with that super small detailed brush and apply a little bit of glitter at a time. I absolutely love working with glitters. Like, I used to be so terrified of using glitters, guys. I'm like, oh my god, where do I put it? What do I do with it? Yeah, I'm not even kidding. I was terrified, but I absolutely freaking love using glitters. So any way I can incorporate some glitter into my look, I'm going to do it if it fits, because we're glam over here, okay? Look, I made a sad face because my lighting went dim again and it's super irritating. Alright, now I'm going to take some highlighter. I dampen the brush to make the highlighter more vibrant. And then I put it on under my entire brow. Thinner line towards the front and then like thicker at the arch. Now I'm going to take like a super soft blending brush and just blend the highlighter to that brown so it's like just faded seamlessly. I applied a tiny bit of mascara because I am putting on lashes. These lashes are from Amazon, guys. Like, I got a box of 70 lashes from my friend, and my god, am I going to use them, okay? You can't turn up free lashes, and they look pretty nice as well, so I am not complaining. So this is when I'm going to go in with my foundation. I am using Younique's liquid foundation, 6 drops, and some BB cream. Guys, this foundation is amazing. It is a medium coverage and it's buildable. But like I said, I am always looking for new products to use. So if you guys have any good recommendations on a full coverage or medium coverage foundation that is like budget friendly, please shout it out in the comments. I am always wanting to try new stuff, new looks, new everything. I just love all things makeup. So I've applied some bronzer to contour. I didn't want to do too harsh of contour because we went with such a bold eye. So I just used some bronzer today to contour. And this is a highlighting and contour stick. I don't use the contour side of it because my kids broke it off. Dun dun dun. So what I'm using to blend this out is a docolor large concealer brush. It is tapered, so it makes it really easy to get up under my eyes, and it makes, I mean, everything just blends out super smooth with this brush, and it's just like so seamless. I'm gonna take a blending brush, blend out this little nose of mine, and now it's time to bake. So apply the setting powder everywhere that you put concealer. This is going to help when you bake. Translucent powder is like heat activated, so when you put it on your face under your concealer, the warmth from your face is going to help that powder seep into your pores, so you're gonna have like a crease-free concealer under your eyes, and it's going to stay put all freaking day. And I know if y'all saw my blush right there, yes, my 2-year-old, she got into that as well. She dug her little fingers in there, but it's okay, it still works, right? So I am lining my lips now with some brown. lip liner. This lip liner is smudge proof and waterproof, so it's not going anywhere, and I'm going to completely fill my lips in with this color before I apply some liquid foundation. Oh my goodness, some liquid lipstick, guys, not foundation. That'd be kind of weird, right? So this nude is like really nude, and it's like super light. I do love it, but I kind of wanted a darker brown look today, so that's why I used the lip liner all over my lips and then mixed it with this liquid lipstick to kind of give me a different shade of brown. Now I'm going to wipe off all this translucent powder, blend it into my face. This is actually going to help you blend out any harsh lines from contouring, blush, and all that stuff, etc., while being able to bake and still set your makeup all at the same time. I'm going to take that same dark green that we used on the outer and inner corners of my eye and line my waterline with that color because I want to add some more dimension to my eyes. And then I'm going to smoke it out with the brush that I used for that brown on my crease color. I did wipe it off, but there's still a little bit on there, which helps me smoke it out a lot smoother. And now I'm applying that gold to the inner corners of my eye. And of course, you need some mascara on the bottom of your lashes. So let's get that done right quick. Now for the highlighter, I spray this brush again. It makes it go on so much more vibrant, just like with your eyeshadows when you wet the brush. Not wet it, but when you dampen the brush, the colors are always more bold and vibrant. So here it is.